so we've been discussing some of the issues that have developed for our students on our campus due to the recent pandemic and some of the instructional practices that might be suffering. I compiled a list of those that we discussed at our last meeting. Let's revisit those so we can focus and narrow them down to develop our action plan. Alright, here are some of the ones that came up more often. Loss of hands-on learning, not enough time spent on science within the classroom.
Mrs. Andrea Walker, please, come to the office. Ms. Walker, to the office. Thank you.
No use of the science lab. And for the last 2 years, students were not allowed to participate in normal experiences such as Fall Festival, Fine Arts Day, or STEM Day. And then, due to COVID restrictions and online learning, the academic slide and loss of hands-on engaging learning is real. The main classroom focus has been on reading and math, with science taking a back seat in the classroom. So there's one other area that I kind of feel like is probably as important as all the rest. It's faculty morale is low, and stress levels are high to increasing walkthroughs by admin and all the new district initiatives. Alright, so you've got some data with you from our campus needs survey that I sent out earlier. These areas of need are all listed. I'd like for you to take a second to look over the data and see what areas stand out as the biggest areas of need to you. What do you think?
Well, I think there's a lack of time to do science in the classroom. Since we can't go to the science lab, there's not enough time in the classroom. When do we do it?
When do we do it?
And then there was actual time lost due to COVID and online learning and no normalcy.
And I think staff morale is really just playing a huge effect and having a big impact.
I think that probably affects every
Yeah,
instructional
I think so
practice. I agree they're all equally important. It's hard to pick just one.
Yeah, and all these concerns actually feed off of or contribute to each other.
And I think also we're just feeling so overwhelmed due to the pandemic that we're facing. And the students are not only lacking like academic performance, but they're also missing out like on authentic learning experiences that we've had like with some of our more engaging days.
So how can we create a plan to address all these needs? They're all very important for the culture of our campus.
I'd like to find a way to improve the teacher morales while improving instructions. Maybe something campus-wide that can focus on hands learning in science, since that subject seems to be the one that is lacking classroom focus.
When I saw that science was an issue in all the data, I asked for some more data from the district science coordinator. You have some of that with you right now that you have in your hand. It states that with a consistent implementation of a common science curriculum in grades 3 through 5, scores are improving over the past 2 years. So they're seeing an improvement this year. We need to find a way to create a new focus on science at the primary level as well, not just at the elementary when they're tested on the subject.
And the fact of the Fall Festival and that we can't do it again this year because of COVID and being in charge of it, that just breaks my heart so much. But we need to have a day that teachers can get together and maybe engage in science activities that would help create an interest not only for the students but for the teachers as well, because we love to do that just as much as the kids.
I think they probably help to relieve some of the stress actually, to have fun with learning.
I think so too. I don't know if y'all have seen anything, but we might want to try maybe partnering with like the goals of like the Rock Your School Day. That get your
It's a
hands
good
on
idea.
those.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
So what do you think we should do to get that ball rolling? Because I love that idea. I love Rock Your School. What do you think?
Well, I can pull all the science TEKs for K through 2 and prioritize what TEKs that we should have been covering that we've missed. And when we meet again, we can come up with some activities that would be good for that will align with the TEKs
that sounds good.
that we could do.
What do you think about what supplies? Should there be some supplies here on campus that we already have?
Yeah, should.
I bet.
I bet in the science lab there'll be plenty of things.
And some of the things we
In our
use like for
classrooms.
Art Day too, we might be able to integrate as well.
Okay, great. All right, so that's a great start. Y'all, talk with your teams and let's see what supplies we have, look at the teaks, and then we'll meet back again and gather our ideas up and get things going. Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Thank you.
Great, thanks, Ann.